Today feels like Lent. Long run, cold weather, foggy, and it's probably gonna start raining soon. The season of Lent is the 40 days leading up to Easter, and it's not just some countdown to a celebration. It's an intentional season to be present with sin, which is not a word that a lot of progressive Christians like. It's a season to be present with grief, with lament, with loss, with suffering, with your humanity. And that's why I think today's run is a lot like the season of Lent. Lent is an invitation to remember what it means to be human. And I think a long run in weather like this does exactly that. This isn't my first choice, but it's what I'm choosing to do regardless. Sometimes being human is not the easy choice, but it's the necessary choice. It's recognizing life is filled with joy and sorrow, with happiness and hopelessness. How do we hold the totality of what it means to be human and not just the parts that feel good? I'm currently training for my 10th marathon. I've run about 2 a year at this rate. Training for a marathon definitely puts you in touch with your humanity. It forces you to get up and go when you don't want to because there's this goal you've set that you are working to meet. And I think Lent is kind of the same. It's this training block to remind us what it means to be human. Will we put in the work? Will we be honest and present with what it means to fall short, to miss the mark? That's what sin means, by the way. To suffer, to cause suffering, to be human in the midst of this shared world that we call home. Now, when it comes to training for marathons, I love setting up the training block. I love anticipating what I will accomplish. And then you actually have to go check the boxes and do the things, which is the hard part. And that's what it means to be human. That's what it means to step into the season of Lent. And the real secret is you don't need to do it just during the season of Lent. Just like you can train for marathons any time of the year, you can be intentional about recognizing and reflecting and holding your humanity all year long. In fact, that's the goal. This season reminds us what we should do every single day. When you run a marathon, the marathon itself is the victory lap. It's the training that's the real accomplishment. All the work you've put in for all the weeks leading up to that one race, that one moment. Easter is the victory lap for the season of Lent. It's not the finish line per se, but it's the culmination of everything we've done, which means you can't really have the victory lap unless you've done all the work leading up to it. You can't really feel the alleluia of Easter, know that celebration of the possibility of resurrection and new life in us and in spite of us, unless you do the 40 days of introspection and reflection and being honest about your humanity. Because all of it is your humanity. The hard parts and the good parts. We contain multitudes, right? Lent isn't some countdown to Easter, like waiting for the ball to drop on New Year's Eve. Lent is not about giving something up. Lent is about leaning in to what it means to be human. Or as Mary Oliver reminds us, to find your place in the family of things.